Hello, my friends, and welcome to the Live Inspired Podcast Monday Morning Moments with John O'Leary. As you know, we are knee deep in the joy of rolling our film Soul on Fire into week 2, into theaters around the country and around the world. And wow, brothers and sisters, the last few weeks have been humbling and completely joy-filled. Interviews, headlines, sold out theaters, social media filled with smiling faces, and messages pouring in from friends near and far, celebrating the release and the impact of the film Soul on Fire. But here's the thing. You need to know this. The greatest joy by far has been watching how our story, has elevated the people that I love most. I'll never forget seeing my 4 sisters step onto the red carpet at the global premiere back on October 2nd. My sisters were radiant. They were confident. They were simply so joyful to have that moment together. It was awesome. For decades, they stood behind the scenes, supporting me in thousands of unseen ways. And yet at the premiere, the spotlight wasn't on me. It shone on them, and it was epic. It was beautiful. And then there's my mom. She hasn't stopped smiling in weeks. As friend after friend reaches out to tell Susan how impactful the film has been to them, she is more certain than ever that the agonizing journey she and Dad endured as parents was worth it. And I guess in a surprising move, Mom is single-handedly elevating our box office numbers as she's seeing now Soul on Fire for the 9th time as of Sunday. That's right, 9 times Mom has paid or had a friend pay to send her off to Soul on Fire. Pretty awesome. And then there's my wife, Beth. She's been celebrated as one of the film's central heroes, and she should be. Her high school, her college, even her employer, they've all reached out to write stories honoring her courage, her faithfulness, her steadfast love. The actor portraying Beth shines on the screen, but Beth O'Leary is even more remarkable in her humility, in her grace, and in her love in real life. But my favorite hero to celebrate is the one who likes attention the least. It's my brother Jim. If you've seen the film, you know that Jim is the reason I survived the fire. He was the first one to hear my cries. He was the first one to run toward the danger. He beat down the flames with a rug, burning himself in the process. The first time he visited me in the hospital, this one's not in the movie, but it happened in real life, I was unable to speak. But using a clipboard, I spelled out the words, "You saved me." And then, "You are my hero." You saved me. You are my hero. And yet, family, over the 4 decades since I clicked out those words, we rarely talked about it. That changed 2 weeks ago, though, when we gathered as a family and as friends at a St. Louis Blues game. I mentioned to Jim that I had to do a quick interview between periods about the film, and I asked him if he would walk down to the area with me. What he did not know was the entire segment wasn't about the film or about me. It was about him. The Blues publicity team led me to an area behind the goal with Jim following innocently behind. The lights dimmed in the arena, and then a beautiful video montage played on the Jumbotron showing scenes of our friendship starting when we were little kids together, the entire thing having a voiceover describing what Jim had done for me over those years. And then, over the loudspeaker, the announcer said, "Ladies and gentlemen, St. Louis Blues fans, please welcome St. Louis's own and John O'Leary's hero, his brother, Jim O'Leary." A pair of cheerleaders then ushered Jim out of the shadows and into the light. He awkwardly followed them, looked at me angrily, asked me what the heck was going on here, and then eventually waved sheepishly at the camera as 20,000 fans erupted in applause. My friends, in the rollout of Soul on Fire, I've done hundreds of interviews. That's not an exaggeration, trust me. Spoken on countless stages. I've been incredibly blessed by the notes and the messages from people around the world sharing the impact of the film on their lives. And yet, nothing compares to watching my brother, my hero, finally be celebrated for what he did decades ago and for who he still is today. Here's why this story matters to you. My friends, don't wait for a spotlight, for a feature film, or for a jumbotron to tell your hero how much they mean to you. Don't wait until tomorrow to thank them for all they did yesterday. Do it today. Do it now. Tell them that you love them and that there is absolutely nothing they can do about it. I promise you this. You'll both be glad you did. Just ask me or my brother Jim, who is no longer sheepishly looking up at the jumbotron. He's joyfully looking into life. That's awesome. And there's one more thing we're celebrating today before I let you roll into your day. In its opening week, Soul on Fire ranked number 5 in the entire United States and was rated as the number 1 film by audiences nationwide. Think about that for a moment. Number 1 film rated by audiences nationwide was Soul on Fire. If you haven't seen it yet, go. Just go. Go this week. It is an incredibly inspiring film. It moves people from all walks of life, from every part of the country, and from every age demographic within our community. It moves everyone who sees it. Check it out. You'll love it. And if you've already gone, go back. A movie celebrating heroes provides the perfect reminder that each of us has the power to be a hero in someone else's story. And in a marketplace that seems to glorify brokenness and evil and divisiveness and cynicism, what a beautiful time to have a message of hope, of family, of faithfulness, of real-life heroes stepping forward, making a difference. Check it out now. Take a friend this week. Let's change the world for good, my friends. You can go to soulonfiremovie.com to learn more, or just go to your local theater, get some tickets, and walk out of that theater with your soul on fire. So for this time, and until next time, my name is John O'Leary. Today is your day. What a gift. Live with your soul on fire.